Welcome, everybody. It's Daddy's Gertie Library. What's going on, Joe Star?
What's going on, not Rob? Oh my gosh.
All
How do
right.
you feel about I'm gonna go right into it. I'm just gonna jump in this.
Mm,
It's been a long week. It's been a
okay.
crazy turn of events, with what's happening. A lot of damage, a lot of people getting hurt out there. But um yeah, just a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And we're turning to Metallic Rouge today. And a little bit of a disappointment for me.
Mm.
I hope that's not who I think it is.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. It was funny. I was talking to somebody. Oh, by the way, guys, today, episode 12, Mass Graveyard, Metallic Rouge. But I was talking to somebody the other day. I put up they were commenting on one of the posts that I put up, and they're like, "What anime is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Metallic Rouge." They're like, "Wow, yeah." Anytime I see like mechs or robots and like lasers and stuff, I get excited. I was like, "Well, that's not what it's all about." But I was like, "But." They're like, "Well, is it good?" And I was like, "Well, I find it interesting." This was like when we were on episode like 8 or so, and I'm like, "I find it interesting. It's not action packed, but it has some action in it. It looks beautiful. It's an interesting story. A lot of mystery gets revealed later on, or it looks like it's slowly revealing itself." They're like, "Oh, okay, interested." And then I talked to them today. They're like, "Yeah, I checked out that anime." And I was like, "Okay, what'd you think?" They're like, "Yeah, I liked it. I did feel like it was a little rushed." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't like how it's concluding. I don't like how it's concluding." Um, this episode just kind of
It it
continues that
it
trend.
will not continues the trend, but I feel like it kind of collapses everything it's been building up on. Like
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
had so much lore, we had so much mystery, we had so many things that made this anime. It made me enjoy this anime. It made me want to put this in like a top 10 when it comes to noir-esque
Mm,
animes.
mm.
And it was really, head turning when we had those, plethora of characters. Episodes two, still my favorite, when
Yeah.
everything was just like random here. But now that it's just like we glued too many pieces together and we have too much of the overall image that the mystery isn't a mystery anymore. It's the father.
Yeah, it's like Big O, there was a big mystery. But then even after they revealed it, it was still like, oh wow, what an interesting, wow, I can't believe it. And it was a really far out there thought, but it still kept it interesting and you're still enticed and you still, that's a really good comparison because they had action, max, bam, 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 but the same most of it wasn't about
Was a
that.
story.
So
It was
most
a
of it was a
story. Yeah.
story, was a mystery. This anime makes me feel like I feel upset because I feel like the people who made this anime believe that the viewers are stupid. And
Okay.
I not in a super demeaning way. I don't think they mean it to be super demeaning. I just think that they watered down the story so much because, and maybe they're right. Maybe this is what people like. This is what is popular. People like the watered down, just
Like they're trying to
action
keep
and
it simplistic
iconic
for,
moments. Yeah.
yeah. But
And I don't like that. And I think that might be this might be a symptom of anime being as popular as it is. Because it's so popular, they're trying to market to this new group of masses. And anime didn't used to be this. It used to be a really niche, very, very well crafted, very well crafted showpiece that
mhm.
only a handful of people knew about, and when we really enjoyed it when we did. So this kind of gave me that feel at the beginning. I was like, oh wow, it's been a long time since I've seen a big O noir-esque bubblegum crisis type of anime. And now I'm like, oh, that's not where they're it still has a lot of those elements, and there's still elements of this episode and the anime overall that I enjoy, but a lot of the conclusions, a lot of the things that they're wrapping up is just I'm not a fan
It's
of.
falling flat of its buildup.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
man.
the okay, so it did a lot of good things in the sense of a couple. Well, the fight with Jet and the other guy,
Graphon, yeah.
Graphon, that was cool.
Yeah, yeah,
That sentiment of like, I don't even care what's going on. I already put my trust in her. There's nothing else I can do
yeah,
but to beat you
yeah,
down. Like, just all
yeah.
right, man to man, let's go. Like, let's just put everything aside and let's see who's better. That was
Mm,
cool. The
yeah,
whole fight, the whole like black hole things. I'm like, all right, damn, all
yeah.
right. I like where this is going.
Yeah, and you did get the like in the last episode, you kind of started to get the sense that oh, Graphon and Sylvia are this thing. Oh, Sylvia wanted to be the thing with Jet Black Noir, so you kind of see the tension. And Graphon's like, I know who, like a chivalrous type of move, giving him the idea, and they battle it out. It's like, oh, that was a great, cool way to end the last episode. And again, yeah, to see how the gravity, haha, of the those feelings come to light was like, oh, that was beautiful, and the fight itself was great. And then like with the arms, the gravity, and the and Eden Varrock and his blades, and yeah, it was great. But then for him to
In
just say
yeah.
at the end when he was like, oh well, yeah, stop Sylvia. It's like, wait a minute. You said that you
Hmm.
wanted to do settle
Hmm.
this man to man. You said
That
that you
threw
did
me
this for
off.
love.
Like, you didn't
Yeah,
even have to. You could have just done. This was a good fight. Left it at that.
yeah.
Left it at that. You didn't have to be like, oh, stop her because I know what I've been doing is wrong. Like, no, come
Yeah,
on,
because
dude.
if
You
you
started
did
this
this,
facade. You started this whole like, nah, I'm not. I don't even care what's going on. I'm just
word,
battling you.
word. And see,
That's what needs to happen. And
and that
no,
he could have that could have come across if that was it. That could have come across a little better. Oh, don't you care what Sylvia's doing? I don't get like that's not what I'm here for. That's not what you think. You really think I'm trying to fight her? You really think I give a damn about the planet and the jewel? Do you think I care about that stuff? You know why I'm here. Let that be the thing. But just like a whole noble, no, there's nothing I can do now. I'm here to fight for love. Oh, you beat me, so yeah, since you beat me, go ahead and stop her. Wait, what? If you fall for
because
love, then
he wasn't
so
trying to get
since
your girl anymore. He's just like,
yeah,
you got that. That's
word.
fine.
So it's like, why did you I don't know. So now that you lost, now that this is love looks like that now, I don't it doesn't make sense. It's not good. He's not consistent. I guess this is what it means by Rouge is emotionally more advanced, more intelligent. But even like
Mm,
that's still a stretch. That's still a
that is a
that's a
stretch. That
like that's
yeah, I can't even say that because
yeah.
they had so much more intellectual conversations prior to this episode. So I couldn't even
Yeah.
say that's the reason.
Yeah. And you know what Eden Varrock, what the cat guy was doing in the background, it's kind of mysterious. This could have been like a big reveal for like or a little snapshot into kind of what he was about, or maybe him and Graphon have past history beyond Sylvia. It's like, oh, that would
Hmm.
have been something, an
Like they could have
opportunity
just
to
been
explore
rivals
that.
throughout the whole time. Like, who's the bigger dog when it comes to
Yeah,
all the armors? Boom.
they kind of hinted at that. They're like, why don't we just call
But
it like
why
they
not
called it a
keep it
draw
at that? Why
like
not just
last
leave
time?
it there and keep it at that? That's all it needed to happen. Big battle. We would have all been hyped. It would have been that, Sephiroth versus Style type of fight, like, oh shoot, they're brothers, but not really, and whatever.
Yeah,
And like it took away from that.
yeah,
Though I like that they ended it. I like that they had the fight.
yeah.
Um Aside from that, the battle between was it Jean? I don't know why I'm forgetting her name.
Um,
Jill? Jill. Jean?
yeah, Jill.
Jill.
Yeah, Jill.
Jill
I forgot
and
Jill.
Rouge.
Yeah, Sylvia or Jill. It's her cover name. Yeah, and yeah, that was I enjoyed that too because
I didn't expect it to go that way.
mm, me neither.
Like
Yeah,
that was masterfully done. Like, okay, so the fight scenes in this series was great.
Mm.
I'll give it its its flowers for that.
Mm.
This had great fight scenes. The storytelling in the fight scenes were good, but the story afterwards,
Mm.
that's where it fell short. After she took down Rouge and everything, it's like, damn, you got her in, you got it. Like, damn.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Naomi runs off, and it's like, all right, she's gonna go do her thing. Like, damn, okay. But then it
yeah.
just falls. It falls
Well,
there. Like,
see,
you
but
guys
before,
have a great story, you have great action, you have great characters, but it's like you said, it feels rushed. It feels like it's not the real story that you guys told. It feels like, oh no, this is an anime. We got to quicken it up, which is how anime used to be way back
mm,
in the day. Like, we had these filler
mm,
episodes. We had the whole series quicked up because, oh, we can't do all these episodes. We have to rush it up at the end. And it
mm,
had all these different things like, oh, let's throw it all at the end and that's it. Cut it.
yeah, yeah,
It feels like it was reading into a lot of old stuff, but then it took some of the bad stuff from the old things as opposed to the more intellectual storytelling towards the end,
agreed.
like the whole
Yeah,
the whole deeper meaning, the whole um bigger philosophies, the bigger reasoning and the bigger placement in the characters to be like, is this really right? And they did a little bit of that with Naomi trying to figure out if
yeah.
her
I like
decision
that
was right.
dynamic of trying to juggle between what's logical versus what her bond with Rouge. And I thought
Right.
that was
And
beautiful.
that's fine with Rouge and Naomi. As our main
Yeah.
characters doing that, fine. But with the villains, come on. Come
Yeah,
on. This
I mean,
feels
with the villain, it was bad. Like, I mean, first, like the big reveal. Oh, I'm actually Roy Junehart. It's like, I mean, you called it from episodes ago. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I mean, it's still like, oh, we'll find out more about him, little insight into the thing that the guy that we don't really
but
know.
then it
But
throws
that
off
kind of, yeah,
Joker. It throws off Joker completely.
yeah,
He was this killer, he
yo,
was this
bro.
savage, he was this manipulating guy. He's a good guy.
Joker threw off Joker in this episode. He's all like running around
Why?
like, oh yeah,
Why?
our
Why?
queen, the Black Queen of Hearts, and like, oh the I mean the metaphors of the hearts was cute. I like that. That was cool.
Hmm.
But then for the whole thing, like, I brought them to you. It's, or what is it? Life is just a maze. And Sylvie's like, I hated you. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, if you're just gonna kill him anyway, like, how come this never happened before? Or why does she have this immense hate for him? That was never really explored. And then if she did have this immense hate, then why was this never? Why did she never do anything like this before? It's not like he did this super essential role of bringing them to her. Like it was like a Final Fantasy road. There's only one way to go. They would have ran into her.
Exact back to the whole thing, like I said, like
Or she could have
the
just
the
gone to them.
plot
Like,
for the villains made no sense.
and
Made no sense.
she said so herself. She's like, hmm, like yeah, you're though you know why that metaphor is so cliche because you're empty. It's like, yeah, that was empty. Yeah, he is like, oh, this talking to his emptiness. Like, is he a little bit of more of a sociopath than we even thought before? It's like, no, it's just I hated you. It's like, oh, okay. And then I do what I want. I'm just gonna help out, maybe, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's just, it kind of, yeah, like you said, it fell flat, and it's just, it was empty. It lacked the substance that it was building up towards.
Like, okay, what I would have preferred if he's such a wild card character,
Mm,
maybe he sided with the usurpers
yeah.
more than she did, and has a
Mm,
backup plan of something that no one knows. Great,
that would, yeah.
fantastic.
He's the
That's the
he's the
pool.
inside one
Even
that
even even
the
Roy over
visitors were
there
talking
doesn't
about.
know.
Yeah.
That would have been it. That's the Joker we need because from the get go, he was the first guy we see pulling strings, which goes back to why did he kill her then? Why did
Yeah.
he kill Fitzgerald?
Well, Or does he think he killed Roy? Or it was that all a setup? Or was Sylvia doing the bidding of Roy, the puppet master, because Joker
It
tried
just
to like
doesn't.
it's too convoluted,
And
and
then
for the answer to
the
even matter, like it does, even if the oh, here's what it really was, like it
and
doesn't
then
matter.
yeah. So what annoys me with that? Sorry, I'm eating cookies. But what annoys me with that is they'll explain it, and I feel like they're gonna do this just like how Sion's being controlled by the puppet voice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened with them, and that annoys me more than anything.
Yeah, we'll see what the big reveal is, but I don't know. But I did like. I mean, now we have definite confirmation of why Jean is so cool. You know, like he's half black, not Naya. He's a he. Of course, he's cool. Like you see how cool Eden Barak is. Jet
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Noir. You see how much everybody wants him. Of course, Gene is gonna be cool. He inherited that part from him, and so it's like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. So I mean, there's some parts, and then I liked how in the fight, uh, what he used cataclysm essentially. Like, like, are you serious, Ladybug? Where are you?
Come on, come on.
I loved it. I loved it. I was just I'm gonna make it short about that. That's gonna be funny. But and yeah, and the metaphor with the heart, oh, with the cards. That's the other cool thing. When Naomi was ran out of the control panel to run back towards Rouge, the seven of hearts was sitting over there, and that signified the opening up to the future. So I was like, oh, that
Yeah,
was a cool
that
metaphor
was that
to,
was that was yeah.
and I expected that level of placement throughout the series, and we got little snapshots of it, not much, and with all these big reveals, it kind of again just broken record, fell flat. I'm just but yeah, but there's again the whole
There's one more
Venus,
episode. I hope this next
yeah,
episode shuts me up, you know, and completely does a 180 to like reveal this had a bigger, I don't know, encompassing reason that wasn't
yeah,
just let's kill
yeah,
each other for no reason in the end, because that's really what's
right.
happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wait, why kill Joe? Why use Graph now? Yeah. And then Ace
Because
also. Ace is the logic between Ace and Alice. The big thing was Alice giving him a pep talk to be more confident. And he's like, okay, I'll help you. It's like, so the reason why you didn't help before is because you lack confidence. In that case, then why didn't Alice do anything? Uh,
because he would take over and stop her from doing things,
I don't know.
is what I try to gather. But
Yeah, it's just
again, it's all falling flat because she even didn't agree with a lot of people. So it's just
yeah.
like I don't like how this is unfolding.
Yeah,
Like
it could have been
I
like the big
really like the
reveal.
series,
Yeah.
and I feel like the series could do so much better if they have a different faction, if they
Yeah.
have
I
something
mean, they could have.
against the Immortal Nine, like the I don't know, inclusive seven, some other team.
Yeah, yeah. If they
That would
didn't
have been so
relegate,
much better.
if they didn't relegate this to Family Feud, like an unnecessarily overly violent, um, unsolved problems Family Feud, then I think it would have been. I mean, the violence isn't the bad part. You know what I mean? Like the action, it
No,
was the
the
bad part.
violence, the action's awesome, but
Yeah,
the problem is the story behind the action. After the action, like
yeah.
what are
But
we
like,
even fighting for? Who's
yeah,
on whose side? If that's him, if that's the
yeah.
dad, then what is Rouge
Well,
fighting for?
yeah. Very good point, man. So. Yeah, no. We'll see the showdown between the two daddies, see what happens. There's a lot of build up, like, oh, the puppets without strings and all this display, and I like some of the lines, like when they met with the Jewanoids. I mean, when they met with the usurpers, and the usurpers were like, "Oh, may the joy of death visit our enemies." I was like, that was some cold-blooded shit. I like that. Like, I want more of that. Hopefully they try to salvage. what they could in the next episode. And I will say that I was always hoping for Naomi to open up to Rouge, but I didn't mean it literally. Like,
When she unzipped, I know what you were expecting.
yo, I was so quiet. I was
Hmm.
Jackie Chan in Rush Hour too.
Food and all, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that was another thing that kind of bothered me. Um, what is the mask?
I don't know. It's a special order apparently. I don't know if he has like Amazon Premium. I don't know. I don't know.
From
Premium,
Saturn.
Prime. Yeah. I don't know.
Saturn specials.
That's what we'll see the next episode, man. But I'm
Just
just
yeah,
and it could be
yeah.
good. I mean, there's a lot of mystery. This does introduce a lot of question marks. But I'm just
I'm not as excited as before, is what you want to say.
yes, yeah. So, but
I
now
get it.
that the big reveal is out of the way, hopefully the delivery of the big reveal is more satisfying. Does
Yeah,
the show the justice that it needs? And we're talking about it from a place of love because we did love this anime. So
thus far. So let's just hope the climax is worth the confusion. Maybe, maybe
what
we're purposely being confused.
yeah, that maybe this is like the disappointing one. Like we had the
Mm.
foreplay. The foreplay was really fun. We all enjoyed it. And then like the first one went off and we are just like, oh, that was it. Oh.
You give me red scale, I'm great. I will. I'm great.
I could
Not to
rewatch
say
that
that the
again.
action's been bad, but you give me red scale, I'm
Yes.
great.
Yeah,
You give me
100%.
a good 2 to 7 minute of nonstop action and a very good
Reasoning as to
open-ended.
why.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, if they ended it open-ended, I think that's the best way they could end it. If they left it really open-ended, like maybe someone like maybe the usurpers lose, or maybe the planet gets destroyed, maybe Roy dies. But if they leave the like the some if they don't conclude everything, if not, everything's conclusive, if they just keep it very open-ended, and they ended like, oh, but what about this, or what about the nails, or what about this 3 year thing, or what about them being treated like the second-class citizens, or what about the usurpers? Are they really trying to attain freedom? Are they really this bad, big bad? Like, just keep it open.
now we
If they
don't even
conclude
know.
that,
Now we don't even know whose side is whose. That's what bothers me. If
yeah,
Rouge is
it's
fighting
silly.
for her brother's plan, who was her father's plan.
And again, like her brother, first her brother was super idealistic about, oh no, getting everybody to work together, but now he's really fatalistic about giving them that freedom. It's like, well, what got into that point? Like, I just don't see them being able to solve all of these things coherently in one 20-minute episode. So I don't
Right.
want them to. Just leave it open-ended, leave a possibility to touch it on it later, come back, writer's room refresh, deliver on some of the stuff that you haven't
Comment
touched
down
on.
below what you guys think, what you guys expect. Let us know what should we expect.
Yeah, with it. This is Daddy's Scary Library. Thank you for listening, guys.
Like and subscribe.